It stayed there and energized very powerfully, continually more powerfully for about 4 or 5 days. And then it blasted into hundreds of them, which is where I am now. You can just see these little tetrahedral things floating around all over the place in your mind's eye. Where it goes from there, I don't know. Don't care. All I'm telling you is the phenomenon I'm seeing, so that if you begin to evolve into this area, you'll know that there's been somebody there before, and it's worked out very well. So what I would say is the following. For those individuals who are on the program, most of what I'm telling you, you already instinctively know. What you need to do is continue to stay on the water, which I probably don't have to tell you to do at this point. You're probably water addicts. But stay on the program. Continue to hydrate at a high level. Don't allow yourself to deplete down in the 70, 80% range. But stay around in the 90s, in the upper 90s, I would say, as much as you possibly can. Muscle testing. Then, what you'll find is, I think, is that your hydration level, your energetic level will not stabilize. It will continue to go up in a sort of a deeper sense, a deeper, multi-layered sense. And then for those of you that have not tried the water program, I can only suggest that we have made the entry level into the water program extremely inexpensive so that you can test this to see if it works for you. I can tell you that for most people, not all people, but most people, the water is actually more powerful in the initial introduction than the distance energy is. Now, for those people that are have more emotional things that they need to clear up, that wouldn't necessarily be true. I'm just talking about the average person, and this would include especially men who have a tendency to not be particularly sensitive to the etheric energy. They will, in most cases, they feel the water energy without any difficulty whatsoever. So with that, I guess maybe I, like Kevin, have said my thing, and I think we're both very interested in, if you've got questions, to answer them, if we can answer them.
I'd like to hear if anyone has any feedback who's been on the water program for the last week or so. Throw some stuff out there. No? Anyone home?
Roy, are you still there?
Yes.
You were giving me a little anecdote before we got on the air. Would it be possible for you to synthesize that a little bit and just tell the folks?
Well, I've been on the water probably about a month, I guess, close to it, I suppose. And I noticed a difference nearly immediately. I have problems with my feet cramping, and I was taking sea salt twice a day, quite a bit of sea salt, and it would slow it down, and it would not be bothering me. After a few days, that would start bothering me. Now, if I happen to get a cramp, I can drink a glass of water, and it goes away within 5 minutes. If I stay hydrated good enough, it doesn't even come. It doesn't even bother me. And my energy level's going up, my stamina's going up, or lasting much longer. I'm 72, I'll be 73 in November, and this is the best thing I've ever found. I mean, to me, it had a far more greater effect on me than the energy, other than the what is it, the...
distance energy?
Yeah, the distance energy with the, your negative. That took the negativity away immediately, but I didn't feel it. But I felt the energy of the water.
I understand.
I love it. I wasn't a water person either, but I did drink it simply because I know it's good for you. But now it seems like when I get up every morning, I drink 2 glasses of water, just right quick, and I drink throughout the day. And it, like I say, I'm probably not drinking enough yet, but it has had a very positive effect on my life.
Thank you very much, Roy. Anybody else like to add a little anecdote here or there?
I'd like to ask a question.
Absolutely.
When I go to bed, I've got 20 of those labels in my bed.
Yes.
Now, what effect does that have on the water after I drink it?
Not very much.
Okay, good.
The labels are from another thing. It's the labels are more closely connected with the distance energy machines.
Right.
So you're being affected subtly at night when you're sleeping. Actually, when I first put those labels down there, I wasn't subtle. I felt like I was on a frying pan there for about the first 3 or 4 days, but finally I acclimated to it. But what those labels do is they produce a very powerful etheric thing that not only goes into your body but goes all around your body. And because they're close, they're like little antennas that are projecting the energy from the machines close to you and into you. And so they're more effective than just the energy coming at a distance, because the antennas are set up in such a way to accept and concentrate in a phenomenon called shape power. The best shape power concentrator is a circle with a dot. An excellent other shape power concentrator is a labyrinth or a spiral. Another very powerful shape power concentrator is a pinwheel. And every one of those things is in the label. Pinwheels, shape power, and they're all in prime numbers, if you'll notice. The pinwheels are in prime numbers. They're also there's little lines. These lines are like little circuits. They're etheric circuits. In etheric technology, a circuit is a line. It's a line or a column of energy that's difficult for me to explain in some ways I don't know myself. But you develop a feeling for how shape power circuits work. In this particular case, what you have there is a little shape power antenna. You could call it like a radio. It's receiving and projecting into you. So the closer you have, if it's in direct contact with your body, that's going to be more powerful than if it's 8 inches away. But when you're basically lining your mattress or underneath your mattress with that kind of stuff, each one of those things are irradiating that shape power concentration at a very close level. You'll notice the spirals go one way and the other way. The reason they do that is because we're catching energy coming in and going out. So it's concentrating in both directions. So there's a lot more to that little symbol than one might think. And so the other thing I'll say, though, is the water thing is not meant to project powerful energy. It's meant to alter the water crystal. The machine is. So we're not worried. We're not worried about projecting high power with the water machine. If I want to, I can make the water crawl right out of a glass. But I'm not interested in doing that. I'm more interested in having a homeopathic energy level that people can assimilate easily, and I'm concentrating much more on just the quality of the signal itself rather than the power of the signal. I can do both. I choose not to do both. Does that help you, Roy?
Yes, sir. Another question.
Yes.
How does it affect your chakras?
Well, I would say, okay. The chakras, in my opinion, represent energy zones, and they go out infinitely. They're essentially, you don't just have 7, you have hundreds around your body. Some are larger than others. But what they are is they're receiving mechanisms for energy coming in. The more powerful the energy coming in, the more rapidly the chakra spins, and the more healthy your body is because of this tremendous vortex that's going in, bringing energy into the system. So by definition, your chakra energy, when you're on the machine over any period of time, is off the chart compared to any other human being out there. By the time you've been on the machine for 2, 3, 4 months, forget it. Nobody else is in your ballpark. You walk down the street, I don't care if you have Guru Jones. Doesn't mean, and I don't mean Roy Jones, I mean just Guru Smith, okay, whatever.
I understand.
Okay, he ain't even in your ballpark. You know, these guys tell me, oh, so-and-so is this great guru and this and that and all that kind of stuff. And I say, wait a minute. I know where these guys are at. I've muscle tested all of them. They're not even in your league. Even the starting machine that you're on is so much higher than any other human being out there that I've ever tested except for one. I'm talking about even historical figures. It isn't what we're talking about. So what happens over a period of time is your chakras are spinning faster. your body is becoming more energized, and you're going to a level that human beings couldn't even have imagined 1,000